103.9, 93.9, Columbia's #1 for hip hop and R&B. No question about it. You know who we got in here in the studio with us, y'all? We got the one, we got the only, we got Street Poet.
Let's go, let's go.
Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, like, it is just, it's so good to have you here, you know, thank you so much for coming.
Man, I love you. You know that.
Yes, I love you back, you know, and so for people, let me just, you know, kind of take you back down memory lane a little bit, y'all. Street Poet actually was an independent artist that we played here on Exclusively Independent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She was, you know, been rocking out and definitely doing her thing when we talked to the music arena. So when did you actually start your transition from music to becoming a motivational speaker? Because I think you always did it in your music. But
man, I tell you what, every time somebody say that, I love y'all. Every time one of y'all say that, I want to say that I love y'all for that, because everybody that knows me know that I've been doing spoken word for a very, very long time. That's my first love. That's my passion.
Right.
When I started doing motivational speaking, and I tell people this all the time, it was not on purpose. I had no idea that this is what I was going to be doing. This is how I was going to be living. I was just on Facebook ranting. I promise you, it was July of 2017.
Really?
I was on Facebook ranting, and I was basically saying you have to stop creating storms in your life and then getting mad when it started to rain. I went to sleep, I woke up, and it was at 6.4 million. Within less than
you
24
hours.
Like that. Less than 24 hours. It was 6.4, and I was getting phone calls, text messages, everybody. They was like, yo, you know you viral right now. And I was like, nah. So I went back on Facebook, and every day from that day, from July of 2017, they've been like, give us another video.
Wow, that is something else, and that all spanned from Facebook. So, you know what I mean? So, you know, and you've had some interesting viral moments.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Especially the one, I can't even think of the dude's name.
Derek Jackson.
Yes. So let's just touch on that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So this dude, you know, he's, you know, feeding into the ladies' emotions and, you know, ladies, you need to be this and that and this and that. But you know what I'm saying? And then he decided to talk about you one day.
Yes, he did. And that was probably like the worst mistake that he ever made, because at that time, Derek Jackson was he was supposed to have been a very big motivational speaker, empowering women and all these different things. And what happened was, I posted a video basically saying, you know, women work real jobs. We go to work, and some jobs that we work, we're not allowed to wear lashes. We're not allowed to wear makeup and nails and whatnot. And I was basically saying that, you know, a real man is going to identify a beautiful woman no matter what it is that she has on.
Correct.
Well, he took that video and he decided that he wanted to, you know, try to, I guess, publicly humiliate me in a way, right? And he did not know the fan base that I had already. And boy, when I tell you, they got on him, they was like ripping him left and right. They was like, yo, wait a minute, you don't know who you playing with. Like, this our coach right here. Like, you got to get up off of her. And it was crazy, because even when I look back on that viral moment, I look back and I see how good God really is. Because when God say, don't touch my anointing,
come on,
look what happened with him after that.
He got exposed.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because you mentioned it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I said it before it even happened.
And it was just like, it was only a matter of time.
That's right.
And I said, and it was so funny because when everything came out about him, I was like, Street Poet said it.
I tried to tell people all the time, one thing that I'm very big on is mindset and emotional intelligence. And you can tell when you have people, you have two types of people. You have sellers and you have servers. You have people that sell you things, you know what I mean, to get you to respond or to pour into them. And then you have people that serve you, that pour into you spiritually. And you can tell that he was somebody that was just saying things to be able to get the money.
Exactly. And I mean, he had a nice little run too.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
You know, and he made some money too.
Yeah, he did. By toying with women's emotions.
Right, absolutely. So, you know, hey, if you're just tuning in to Hot 103.9, 93.9, so I have my segment, Women Make the Difference, and, you know, celebrating Women's History Month. And so we have Street Poet here, and she is a motivational speaker.
Yes.
She is, you know what I'm saying, a life coach as well as a community activist. So, you know, so since we are trying to motivate and inspire, you know, not just women, but whoever is listening, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and talk about, you just mentioned mindset. So what do you think are, I'll say, like 2 key things for someone to be able to get in the right mindset and change their mindset?
I think that the first thing that you have to understand is that it's getting in the right rooms, getting around the right type of information, right? And I say that because for so long we've gotten misinformation or incomplete information. So now it's time for you to become a student again in this thing called life and say, hey, let me unlearn a lot of the things that I thought that I knew. Let me go back and being a student all over again. And that's one of the things that I'm constantly pushing out there because, you know, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. It's when you think that you know something that you really don't know. So you're stuck in that way of thinking, right? You're stuck in, oh, that's how it's always been. This is that. No, you have to be willing to learn and unlearn to be able to grow, to hear different perspectives because just because it's always been one way doesn't make that the only way that it's able to happen, you know?
Correct.
So, you know, I always tell people there's nothing more powerful than a changed mind. Changing your mindset will change the way that you see life.
Yeah.
And if you see life at a broader, you know, if your vision is limited, so would your life be.
Absolutely.
But if you see yourself as being successful, you start aligning your life for that success, then all of a sudden you start attracting what it is that you're aligning yourself for.
Wait a minute, hold on. Say that one more time. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can hear it because I don't know if they heard you. Matter of fact, let me cut the music. Like, say that one more time, please.
The thing about it is we spend a lot of time attracting, or a lot of time chasing. So we chase money, we chase opportunities, we chase yeses, we chase open doors. But what we don't understand, if we shift our mindset, if we change our mindset, right, and we start to align our life for the life that we can see ourselves having, we don't have to chase anymore because we will attract what it is that we're putting out. So you will attract success, you will attract finance, you will attract love, you will attract healing. Whatever your mind is fixed on is what you produce more of.
Absolutely. Mindset shift.
Yes.
Understand that. That is so real and it's so important. And then I'll even say on top of that, when you start to change your mindset, then I think you need to visualize what it is that you want.
Exactly. I think the first thing is once you shift your mindset and you sit down and you evaluate yourself, right? You evaluate your life. And it's important for people to evaluate their life is because sometimes you credit yourself in areas where you're really not that good at it. And so you out here thinking that you got it all the way together, and you're really not on that level that you think that you are on, right? So it's important, and I teach to assess, then adjust. Sit down and see, where am I breaking my own heart? How am I contributing to my own suffering? How am I making these decisions that's putting me in these type of predicaments? First, you have to fix you. By fixing you, you will fix everything that's connected to you, because self-awareness will make you aware of your behaviors first. So once you correct that, then you'll start being able to see, wait a minute, hold up, you used to the old version of me. I got to snip, I got to get you up out of there.
And that's a part of healing.
Exactly.
That's a part of healing.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you're just tuning in to Hot 103.9, 93.9, we have the one and only street poet. She is here. That's right, y'all. Women make the difference right here on Hot 103.9, 93.9. We have more of her coming up next, so keep it locked in, please. It's Hot 103.9, 93.9, y'all. Women make the difference. You know, this is my series of women, you know, that do some dynamic, amazing things, you know, and I did it every Wednesday in the month of March because it's still Women's History Month. That's so right. I have the one and only street poet. So street poet, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't even want to say like former music artist or former rapper, you know what I'm saying? I think you still have that in your soul regardless.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do.
And but she's a motivational speaker, she's a life coach, and she's a community activist, right? So before, you know, we were talking about mindset shift.
Right.
And, you know, with that mindset shift, there's, you know, some other things that need to, you know, kind of go along with that. So then we also, off the air, we were talking about, you know, being open and having flexibility. So tell me, what are your thoughts about people being flexible and being open?
I think that being open is extremely important. One of the things that I teach the most is that God can't heal what you hide. Right? And
you know, you be dropping them one-liners.
you know.
That's from you being a poet, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, because it's a thing though. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, we don't understand that pretending and masking is not healing. Pretending that you're okay in a situation, knowing that you're not okay with it, you know, in the long run, only thing it's going to do is continue to eat away at you, right? Compartmentalizing pain and betrayal and trauma, it does nothing in the long run, but what? hurts you. And you're damaged by it, you know, and everything that you do in every walk of life, you are triggered left and right. Every time it turn around, you upset about something. And it's not even what the people are saying.
Right.
You're filtering through your own trauma.
Yeah.
You know, and you have those people that just show up and they just live their life all throughout the pain that they've been through. So they show up in your life, and what they do, they want you to be responsible for their pain because they won't fix it.
You know, what is it? How's that saying go? Hurt people hurt people?
Yeah, people say that hurt people, and I'm not saying that that's misinformation. I'm just saying that it's not complete, right? Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, hurt people do hurt people, but hurt people that refuse to heal is the ones that do the damage. Because you and I can be hurt,
that's
right?
Right.
But if you acknowledge the fact that you're hurt, and you go take care of that hurt, you go heal that hurt, then you're going to go back out and you're not going to damage anybody else because you know how that hurt felt.
That's right.
You know, when it happened to you. Yeah. But people that get hurt and then decide, oh, well, I ain't trusting nobody no more, then why you keep jumping in relationships knowing that you got trust issues? Or I'm not going to give nobody my heart anymore. Then why you keep jumping in relationships knowing that you got your heart guarded? Right? Then you go into other people's lives and you expect for them to be able to love you half-heartedly or deal with you half-heartedly. That causes damage and that causes pain to another individual because now you're wearing them out with constant reassurance. I'm not reassuring you every day.
Come on, street. And look, that doesn't just go for women. That goes for men.
That's for everybody.
Because there's some men out there like they need a lot of attention and just, you know, like, oh wow, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it really and truly is. And you know, and again, when I'm speaking on men and women.
Right.
You know, the days of pacifying, you know, grown adults, we have to set that aside. I'm not going to be one of those coaches that's going to come in and tiptoe around your feelings or whatnot. I'm very real, very raw and uncut. You're going to get it exactly how it is. Like, I don't do no babysitting. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when you get to a certain age and you start valuing the person that you are, you're also valuing your time, your energy, and your effort. And I don't have that to waste.
Come on.
Right? So if you're not, go sit in the unhealed section.
Yes.
You're not dateable in this moment, right? You're not, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other people that's not dateable right now, and you're not dateable. I can't let you ruin my peace.
But see, this is a situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but a lot of them don't recognize it.
They do. They do recognize it. That's why I tell people, stop giving people the benefit of a doubt. Okay. We all benefit of the doubt it out. Okay? Let's be real. These folks know exactly what it is they're doing. People know what they're doing. They're very skillful at what it is that they do. And why do you say that they know what they do? They know what they're doing because the moment that you make up your mind and say that I'm up out of there, then all of a sudden, just like that, they can change. It's manipulation. Absolutely. How can you get it together now that I'm exiting? Now that I say I'm cutting you off, I'm standing in that, then now you can call, you can text, you can interact. Baby, I didn't even know you could read or write because you ain't saying nothing this whole Come on. But the moment that I'm on my way out the door, you put forth all this effort, and that's emotion. That's emotional manipulation.
But what I don't understand is that, you know, you can go ahead and you can tell the person, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, why you don't like it, so on and so forth. And maybe like, see, I'm like baseball, 3 strikes and you out. Right. Because I feel like you heard me the first time, but maybe you didn't understand me. So let me say it to you another way, right? So you still doing it again. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to have one more conversation with you. But then after that, when I say I'm done, I'm out.
Yeah, and you giving more chances than I give because y'all know I'm one and done.
You know what?
That's it. And that's what I coach. That's what I teach. We're one and done, right? Once I give you once I break it down to you what I got going on and how you offended me. Yeah. If hurting me don't hurt you, then you're not for me. You're not my match. You know
accountability.
What I mean? That's exactly.
Let's touch on that in just a few minutes. So, you know, I still got to play songs and stuff like that. You know, we was just doing all talk, then we could just all talk. So everybody's Hot 103.9, 93.9. Women make the difference. We got Street Poet here in the studio with us. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into some more music. And matter of fact, this is a song. It's called "Is It Real?" New R&B artist. She goes by the name of Rosemary. She's got Roddy Ricch on there. Roddy Ricch singing. Yes, it's Hot 103.9, 93.9. Columbia's #1 for hip hop and R&B, no question. So women make the difference here on Hot 103.9, 93.9. I got Street Poet in here with me. Yes. And we've been having, you know, great dialogue, great conversation just about mindset shift. Almost, you know, that I almost messed up that. I almost said something else I wasn't supposed to say on the air. And of course, you know, flexibility, being open. I want to touch on accountability.
Yes.
You know, because some of the things that you're talking about, people have to take accountability. They have to be accountable, you know what I'm saying, for part of their healing and what they need to do to be better. To be better people.
I mean, at the end of the day, you are always responsible for your behavior, how you show up, you know, what you say and what you do. You're always responsible for that, you know, and that's the reason why I'm always saying, you know, before you respond, before you text back, before you email back, before you even get into or continue a conversation or an altercation or any type of anything with anybody, step back. You know, step away, process what it is that you feel so that when you do respond to whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be comfortable with whatever that outcome is. Accountability is basically, you know, learning how to control yourself. Like, you know what, I can accept responsibility for what it is that I've done. I can accept responsibility for what it is that I'm saying and how I'm moving. And that also ties into more self-awareness, right? So because I know how to control myself, I'm going to make sure that when I'm holding me accountable, so you know I'm going to hold you accountable. Right? Absolutely. And the problem is that other people want to hold you accountable for what they feel.
Ooh, hold on. Say that. Let me turn off the music. Say that again. Say that again.
You know, they want to hold you accountable for how they feel. You can't hold me accountable for how you feel because you're going to be listening to or hearing anything that I'm saying. It's going to filter through your own trauma. It's going to filter through whatever lens it is that you have over there. So I could be saying something and I'm not saying it to hurt you, but because you have unhealed trauma, you take it as a jab. So yeah, you're definitely, your healing is your responsibility. Your growth, your development, all of that is your responsibility. That's nobody else can carry that for you or do that for you.
You are so right about that. You're so right about that. I'm hoping that people are understanding, they're receiving what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? They're recognizing, they're taking accountability. They're going to be flexible, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations and certain things.
But one thing that you have to understand is this. Anytime when I say accountability, I'm talking about how we often like to point the finger and blame other people for things that we're doing, decisions that we made. And what I want you to understand is that whenever you blame somebody else for something that you're doing, that you're doing or you're going through, you're giving that person authority over you. You're saying that that person is in control over how I feel, how I think, how I behave. And you have to know that, you know what I mean? And I think that the moment that a lot of people get that, they're going to be like, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. What you say? Yeah, you're saying that they control you. That's what you're saying when you say this person made me do. How can you know what I mean? Let somebody make you do something you still have a will to do. You have to be willing to participate, willing to step out of alignment. You have to be willing to go out there and do it. You have a will.
Period, point blank. At the end of the day, you're responsible for you. You got to put in the work that you need to do to heal yourself and recognize it. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
So Street Poet, Women Make the Difference, Women's History Month. How can people follow you? And on all social media platforms.
On all platforms, on TikTok and on Instagram, it is Street Poet _1125. Street Poet _1125. That's TikTok. That's Instagram. Facebook is Leroy S. Hall. And then you could go on YouTube is She King Motivational Speaker. And my website is LeroyHall.com for one-on-one booking sessions. I think that's all of them, y'all.
No, you forgot X, formerly Twitter.
Oh, Twitter is Street Poet _1125. All them fake. I do not do tarot readings. I do not inbox you guys about cartoon paintings. None of that. All those are fake pages. Like, I am sick of it. You hear me?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's only happened to me maybe, you know what I'm saying, a couple of times, but it's just a situation like, I mean, you got some people that really be scamming out here.
Man, listen, it's about 30 fake pages of me on TikTok.
That's crazy.
It is out of control. You follow me on TikTok and then immediately 30 other people come follow you that I'm like, yo, what are y'all talking about? Y'all follow me, y'all live with me, y'all know I don't do no tarot readings, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then it ticked me off because I'm like, yo, y'all know this is not me, so why are y'all following the page? Why y'all even engaging?
Yeah, because you got it certified, like you
and I ain't refunding no money.
You can't do it because it wasn't you in the first place.
Exactly.
All right, so that's what it is. So thank you so much for joining me today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
In some kind of way, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get you worked in women's empowerment because you need to be a part of that.
Man, listen, bring me back. And while we on women empowerment, real quick, y'all.
Uh-huh.
If you are in the area, Atlanta, Georgia, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I am actually on my second tour. This is the Get in the Room tour, and this Saturday, March the 30th, I'm gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Mama Issue Podcast. They are actually sponsoring this. I wasn't going to Atlanta, but they was like, I've already been there 1,000 times. Yeah. They were like, no, you got to come to Atlanta. You can't have a tour, don't come to Atlanta. So these people actually jumped up, got their own building, did everything, and they are paying me to come to Atlanta. And right now they only got 15 tickets until they sold completely out. So we selling out even if it ain't a part of what I'm doing. Yeah. It's still selling out. That's so wonderful. Yes, man, y'all, I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, and the proceeds from this event is going to be going to the women and the children that's suffering through domestic violence. Wow. So yes, if you haven't got your tickets, man, this is definitely a nonprofit that you want to support, that you want to pour into.
Absolutely. Well, Street Poet, man, again, I appreciate your time, you know what I mean, for coming and being a part, and, you know, continue success, keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I know that God is watching over you and covering you, you know what I'm saying, in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. So everybody, please, please, please make sure that you continue to follow her, and, you know what I'm saying, and support where you can, all right? So that's what it is, all right? And keep it locked in. It's Hot 103.9 and 93.9.
All right.
Yes.
Because then it promotes growth.
Yeah.
You know, you holding on to a bunch of knowledge and doing nothing with it is like you having a house full of books and never opening them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense.
Right.
You know, and then you it's different, but and it goes both ways, you know. Having the right type of knowledge is powerful, but also having the wrong type of knowledge is also powerful because now you're setting yourself up for self-destruction. Yeah. Because you think you know something that you don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, teachable.
Absolutely.
You gotta be teachable.
Absolutely. 103.9, Columbia's #1 for hip hop and R&B. Y'all get ready. Women make the difference. My last woman that I'm going to be having, you know, as I celebrate Women's History Month on the air. She is here live in the studio with me. I got the one and only Street Poet. What up, Street Poet?
What's going on?
All right, so we got more with her coming up next. Y'all keep it locked in. It's Hot 103.9, 93.9.
And just like that, we are out, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your girl, Street. Big Street, not the little one.